only 4,976 Ghana cedis was recorded in the books, with no documentation accounting for the remaining 13,524 Ghana cedis, which was reportedly a refund issued by the hotel but not traceable in the financial records. Additionally, a trip to the United States by Dr. Paul Opoku Mensah and Reverend Kusi Boateng cost a total of 28,433.60 Ghana cedis, drawn from the Fidelity USD account on 12 October 2022. Strangely, despite this prepayment, a separate approval of $20,504.95 for the same trip was later granted by the Chief of Staff on 18 October 2022, raising concerns about duplicated approvals and a lack of coordination in financial planning. Further issues include payments totaling $17,000 made under accountable interest without supporting documentation, covering hotel accommodation, which was $15,000, internal transportation of $1,000, and incidentals of another $1,000 for two unnamed officials. The absence of receipts or accountability for these funds suggests weak internal controls. Moreover, a memo from the head of operations authorized 20,000 Ghana cedis for payments to bloggers and media houses. However, there was no evidence of approval from the Director of Finance and Administration. While 14,700 Ghana cedis was disbursed, no documentation exists to confirm whether the remaining 5,300 Ghana cedis was refunded. Lastly, the Secretariat paid 117,180 Ghana cedis, equivalent to $18,000 at a rate of 6.51 Ghana cedis at the time, to the board secretary in January 2022 to rent accommodation. Yet again, there was a lack of supporting documentation to substantiate the purpose, duration, or approval basis for this payment. Non-compliance with the law in the composition of the Procurement Committee. The audit report revealed that the National Cathedral of Ghana Project violated Section 20 and the first schedule, that is Category B, of the Public Procurement Act 2023, Act 663, as amended by Act 914, in the establishment of its Procurement Committee. The committee, as constituted, failed to meet the legally mandated composition, including the absence of the key statutory members required by law. In addition, the roles of chairperson and secretary were improperly designated, contrary to the clear provisions of the Act. This non-compliance undermines the legitimacy of documentation of procurement decisions taken by the committee and raises serious questions about the integrity and legality of the procurement processes executed under its authority. Now, in view of the above, which rock the very foundation of the project and the work of the secretariats and raise serious questions about the use of public funds, President John Dramani Mahama has directed that the following steps be taken. 1. The National Cathedral Secretariat, which used to operate from here at the Presidency, stands dissolved as of 1st May 2025. Now, the National Cathedral Ghana was registered as limited by guarantee. In view of that, the Attorney General has been directed to take legal steps to ensure the dissolution of the Board of Trustees, and we expect that to be done in the coming days. Now, 3, the President has ordered that in the interest of transparency and accountability, the Deloitte and Touche audit reports will be published immediately after this briefing. So we will share copies with you, media men present, and we'll also put it out on various portals and social media handles so that the public can access it and review the contents for themselves and see whether the claims that some individuals have been exonerated is borne out by the contents of the report. Now, despite the damning findings contained in the Deloitte audit report, it does not cover the full scope of operations of the National Cathedral Secretariat and the project itself. The Auditor General has therefore been requested to commission a forensic audit into the National Cathedral Project and the activities of the Secretariat. Now, the Attorney General and Minister for Justice has also been asked to take lawful steps to ensure the termination of the contract to prevent further costs and losses to the state. As I indicated, because of how lopsided the contract is, even as the contractor has ceased work at the site from March 2023 to date, he still continues to accrue payments. And we find that this will impose significant costs on the state. And therefore, President Mahama has ordered the Attorney General to take legal steps to terminate this lopsided contract so that we save on costs that will accrue to the state. Now, after the forensic report, after the forensic audit, decisive action will be taken regarding any impropriety determined and the future of the project itself. I must indicate that the National Cathedral Project is one of the many cases being investigated under the oral initiative. And once the forensic audit findings become available, they will add onto the body of evidence that will be looked into. And based on the determination that is made in terms of any act of impropriety, persons responsible will be held accountable. Now, I thank you for your attention. I would at this stage take questions that you may have concerning what I have just presented or any matter relating to your National Cathedral. Thank you very much. Yeah, please step forward and ask your question. Yeah.
I want to ask, with all these evidences available and still asking for a forensic audit, do we have any timelines that the Attorney General should be completing his work? Thank you.
Well, it's the Auditor General that will lead the forensic audits. They will do it in an expeditious manner, even though no specific timeline has been imposed on them. But they have expertise and the capacity to carry this out within reasonable time. Once that is completed, further action will be taken against any individuals who are found to have been culpable in the misuse of public funds.
Yeah. Okay. My name is Maxwell Agboba. I work with Joy FM and Joy News. My question is about the future of the project. In recent times, we've seen publications that the National Cathedral will be converted into a National Cultural Convention Center. I want to get clarification on this. Is it a decision the government has taken or not?
Absolutely not. President Mahama has not taken any such decision. What it is that the 24-hour Secretariat received a proposal from an entity regarding what they believe the site can be used for. But no such decision has been taken by President Mahama on the subject. And as I indicated, once the forensic audit comes in and all the matters at play are clearly understood, a firm decision will be taken on the future of that site.
Thank you. My name is Julius. I write for the Ghanaian Times. Honorable, was the audit able to tell how much the churches have contributed? Because at the beginning we were told it's going to be funded by the churches. Are we able to know how much the churches have contributed? Thank you.
You know that the significant amounts of money, indeed, hundreds of millions of Ghana cedis, precisely $97 million of public funds have gone into this project. It is unclear at this stage how much money the churches or other individuals have contributed, but that will be unearthed by the forensic audit that will be carried out. And as I indicated, to the extent that evidence of wrongdoing is established against anybody, action will be taken in that regard. If there are any more questions, I would take them. Otherwise, we call it a day. All right. Thank you very much.